Hey people, D-Man here, and today I'm reviewing Arcane League of Legends. And this is episode 4, 5, and 6. The last three episodes will be coming out on the 20th. Now, this is spoiler free, then spoilers. So, spoiler free, it was okay. It was a pretty good three episodes. It was not on par with the first three, sadly. Um, it was a little bit drawn out in some places, a little bit boring in some places, just a little bit too boring in just some places. But I get they have to get all this knowledge out, this exposition. Um, basically, some of it was just like exposition, but basically it was okay. It had some good action in there. Um, but it wasn't as good as the first three episodes. Hopefully, the last three will be really, really good. Because these ones were kind of disappointing, to be honest. Waiting a whole, what was it, week for these episodes? Kind of disappointing to get these three episodes where they were kind of just lackluster compared to the last three. But still okay and still enjoyable to watch. And hopefully, the last three episodes will be like the best. But who knows? Excuse me. Anyways, that's really all I can say without spoiling it. So let's go into spoiler section.
Just remind you to subscribe, hit that bell, like, comment, share this video, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok down below.
Okay, so spoiler section alert. Okay, so basically this starts off with the new magic system that this scientist has created. Uh, and basically just talking about like how all his inventions and stuff are cool, I guess, and like changing the world and yada yada yada, blah blah blah. So interesting, I guess, but kind of boring. That's why I said it was kind of boring. And then we meet our people from the underground. And Jinx is there. She's the girl from the first three episodes, the blue hair girl. Now she's turned into kind of like this crazy person that's really good with shooting people, I guess, and just kind of insane. Because of mostly because she killed her whole family, but besides that, she's just kind of cuckoo. um, but she's there, and she's killing people now. We also get her sister, who has been imprisoned for I don't know however long it's been since the first episode, since the last time we seen them. I guess I think they said maybe like 5 years or something like that. So 5 years or so. So yeah, that's a thing, I guess. Um, so she's been imprisoned, and her sister has started to work for the bad guy and is starting to go crazy. And that's basically how the episode starts. Is we get to see like this technology advancement. We get to see Jinx and her new craziness. And then at the end, at like halfway through, I would say, she blows up this place and kills a few people. Then goes back down to the underground, and um, other girl gets released from prison to go help find her sister. And then it ends. Then it ends. And then there's a second episode. I mean, the fifth episode, I guess. It's kind of like showing you how bad the underground has gotten since the guy has died. It's gotten really, really bad. Um, like super bad. It's showing us that the one cop that was a bad cop in the beginning is still a douchebag cop, but now he has a daughter, so he has like he doesn't want his daughter to get killed, I guess. And he doesn't want to get killed himself. But basically, he's still a douchebag, like 100% still a douchebag, still a corrupt little douchebag. Um, this episode, or was it the next episode? I don't know. It was one of the episodes. Also shows off how like every like person on the council, as we've seen, like the council, are pretty corrupt fuckheads. Like corrupt is all corrupt shit. Like really, really, really corrupt. Um, I mean, most of them, not everyone, but most of them. Kind of reminds me of real politics. uh, Most of them are corrupt, and like maybe like three are not. But in this one, like everyone's corrupt except like one. Um, so yeah, that's a thing. Uh, the scientist guy gets made into a counselor. I mean, not a counselor. I mean, a part of the council because reasons. And they, sorry, the sister, and her new girl companion go to the underground to find out where Jinx is, her sister, but obviously she never told her that it was her sister. So she doesn't know that it's her sister, but she knows that it's her sister. And they go down there, parkour style, and when they make it down there, they see how bad it is, and it's like, oh crap, that's really messed up. And they kind of just explore the place, just have some fun exploring the place. And then at one point, she gets into a fight and gets her ass kicked until the girl comes and saves her because she's like an expert marksman. There's also a secondary plot line where the main scientist, his partner, I forgot his name, but his partner is dying, like 100% dying, and he wants to stay alive, so he's made this new technology sort of thing, or magic slash technology, I guess, to try to stay alive. But it's not working, obviously, because he's still dying. But it did take like a bit of his blood, which is weird. And then that's pretty much like all the stuff you really need to know about the first one. There is like a bit where the counselor and the scientist guy are like the head counselor and the scientist guy, head of the council, not counselor, head of the council, and the scientist guy are like hooking up. So that's a thing. But anyways, after that, it goes on to the third episode. Let's talk about the scientist plotline first, then we'll talk about the Jinx plotline. So the scientist plotline is basically they realize this guy's dying, and they're like, holy crap, how, like, you're dying, what's gonna happen, sort of thing. And they're like, no, I can save my life as long as we can get this this magical device to work. So they try to ask the older professor to help. And the old professor looks at it, he's just like, listen, that shit's evil. Destroy that shit before it destroys us all. And they're like, you know what, you're too old and crazy. We're going to go to the council about this. And then the council, they vote him out because he's too old and crazy and they're all corrupt like motherfuckers. And he's basically the one that's not corrupt. He's the only one that's not corrupt. So they vote him out, and now he is no longer on the council and is discarded because he's too old, they say. Because they're all a bunch of corrupt assholes. And then the scientist that's dying, basically takes it down to a scientist that's from the underground, the scientist that's working for the other bad guy in the underground. So he took it down there to see if he can help him survive. So that's a thing, and that means like this scientist still survived from last time when he got exploded. So that's a whole thing. It's very interesting, I guess. And then it just kind of ends there. So we have the repercussions of him going down there to get help, and I'm sure something bad is going to happen. And also, the whole thing with him getting kicked off the council and stuff. So that's a whole thing. So after that, we have our we have the two new girls, not two new girls, I mean one new girl and the sister, Vine, that's her name, I think. They are looking for Jinx. They meet up with the bad guy. He tries to kill them. They escape pretty easily, actually. And they escape, and then the bad guy goes back home, and he realizes that Jinx has betrayed him at this point, or has left and called him a liar, which obviously he didn't want because Jinx is fucking psychopathic and would probably kill him. But I'm assuming she's gonna go back to him for a reason that I'll tell you at the end. But anyways, they go look for her. They find her. They kind of have like this family reunion. But since she's so crazy, she kind of like lashes out. She's like, no, 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 fuck you. You're an asshole. Like, look, you're even working with an enforcer to come get me, sort of thing. She has the blue crystal ball, which she's been working on to try to make into a weapon. And at the end, these new characters that were in the first episode, I kind of forgot to mention them. They're like on these hoverboards. They wear masks. And they just fly around trying to stop the underground people for some reason, and not the enforcers. But they're always trying to stop Jinx and their evil plans. And at the end, they end up knocking out Vine after Jinx kills I think she kills one of them at least. Or maybe a few of them, I don't know. Because a few of them fell from the sky, so. She's going crazy, and they end up knocking out her sister, Vine, because Vine's just like, holy shit, Jinx, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're crazy. And then they end up knocking her out, and then they end up stealing her as they all escape with Vine, and the other girl is nowhere to be seen for some reason. I guess she's somewhere. I don't know if they took her with her. We didn't see them take her with her. But all we know is that she's there, but she's gone. At least that's what I saw. She wasn't there in the last few minutes of the episode. So what happened to her? I don't know. She's somewhere. Anyways, they take her and they take the ball, the little magic ball, and they leave. And I have a theory that the guy that ended up taking Vine with them is actually the other kid from the first episodes, from the first three episodes. Because in the first three episodes, we had our two main female characters and our two like sidekick male characters who were there, and obviously the father figure. But then we had like another kid that was introduced in the first episode, but like a little bit later. It was in the second episode. I don't remember. Something like that. But he was introduced a little bit later. And he was like their source to get the thing. I forgot his name. Like, I don't know. Like something. His name was something. But he was there. And then after everything happened, we never got to see him again. And I'm assuming that's him, because every other one's dead, if you don't remember. And plus, I'm assuming that's him because he's still working on the good guy side, which means he's trying to fight against the evil guys. So I'm assuming that's going to be him. And it's going to be very interesting to see that. So yeah, I'm assuming that's going to be him. And he's going to be like, hey, I'm working with these guys now. We're trying to stop the evil guys from destroying this whole place. So I'm assuming that's what's happening. Interesting. And then it kind of just ends with Jinx standing there pissed off. And I'm assuming she's going to go back to the evil guy because she has nowhere else to go. Unless she just kind of goes off on her own and does whatever the fuck she wants. There's a few possibilities, but who knows which one's going to happen. So yeah, very interesting ending, little cliffhanger there. Was it as good as the first three episodes? No, but it was fairly good nonetheless, and it had a very interesting cliffhanger. So can't wait till the next three episodes, and let's see if they're really good. Hopefully they are, and let's see what happens. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell notification. That's the best way to get my channel. Link down below to my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And as always, our friends, stay sane. Peace.
Just remind you to subscribe, hit that bell, like, comment, and share this video. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok down below.
Shadow, my baby, I love you so much. You're my baby. And you love to sleep in the bathtub. 'Cause you're a weirdo. Shadow, look over here, buddy. Look over here.